continue to remain standing. Someone sent me an email this past week, and I immediately sent it to Dennis. And I said, Dennis, I've got to use this on Sunday. And the slide that you see is above the caption that I'm going to read to you. This is written by Chaplain Jim Higgins, who is a chaplain in Iraq. And it's entitled, When the Music Stopped. He says that for those who are unaware, all military base theaters, when they show a movie, the national anthem is played before the movie begins. Chaplain Higgins goes on to say, I recently attended a showing of Superman 3 here at LSA Anaconda. We have a large auditorium we use for movies, as well as memorial services and other large gatherings. As is the custom at all military bases, we stood to attention when the national anthem began before the main feature. All was going well until 3/4 of the way through the national anthem, the music stopped. Now, what would happen if this occurred with 1,018 to 22-year-olds back in the States? I imagine there would be hoots and catcalls and laughter, a few rude moments and comments, and everyone would sit down and yell for the movie to begin. Of course, that is, if they had stood for the national anthem in the first place. Here in Iraq, 1,000 soldiers continued to stand at attention, eyes fixed forward. The music started again, and the soldiers continued to quietly stand at attention. But again, at the same point, the music stopped. What would you expect 1,000 soldiers standing at attention to do? Frankly, he said, I had expected some laughter and everyone would eventually sit down and wait for the movie to start. But no, you could have heard a pin drop while every soldier continued to stand at attention. Suddenly, there was a lone voice from the front of the auditorium, then a dozen voices, and soon the room was filled with the voices of 1,000 soldiers finishing where the music left off. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Chaplain Higgins goes on to write, it was the most inspiring moment I've had in Iraq. And I wanted all Americans to know what kind of soldiers are serving you. Remember them as they fight for us. Pass this along as a reminder to others to be ever in prayer for all our soldiers serving us here at home and abroad. Many have already paid the ultimate price. Would you please join me in a cappella along with David? No, we're going to sing a cappella, David. Oh, the chord, okay. Join me singing a cappella our national anthem together, everyone. Dave, help us out here. Here we go. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous a hymn of praise, God of our fathers, I'm going to ask for you to be seated for a moment. There must be those in the congregation this morning who are veterans of our military service. If you've served in the military, or you have a spouse who serves in the military, or served in the military, or who has gone on to be with the Lord, if you are a veteran of the military, or you have a spouse or loved one who served or now serves in the military, I would like for those of you who have a spouse or a loved one who has served or who is serving in the military to explain it. Honey, I want you to stand for Brandon, our nephew who's in the 82nd Airborne. So anyone who has a spouse or a loved one who has served or is serving in the military, would you please stand and you represent them proxy today? If you serve in the military, stand as well, or you are serving in the military. Let's give all of these an awesome round of applause.